And thanks very much for that. 6:06 right now. One of the leading candidates for a COVID-19 vaccine is being studied right here in Baltimore, the University of Maryland School of Medicine. They are still looking for volunteers to help test the new vaccine. WMAR2 News' Mark Roper is live in downtown Baltimore. So, Mark, what are they looking for in a volunteer?
Good morning, Christian. Well, researchers are looking for people who are at risk of getting COVID-19, and they're looking for people age 18 and up, as well as people from diverse ethnic backgrounds. And we spoke with one man who decided to volunteer for the study to set an example for others right here on campus.
From cholera, typhoid, and malaria in the 1970s to the coronavirus in 2020, scientists at the University of Maryland School of Medicine have spent decades researching infections, bacteria, and viruses.
For close to 50 years now, we've had a Center for Vaccine Development that has really been focused on vaccines and how you use them to fight certain bacterial and viral infections.
UMB is one of 100 clinical research sites taking part in phase 3 testing of a potential COVID-19 vaccine from the biotech company Moderna.
We're now accruing people into the trial. I know we're planning on at least several hundred being entered into the trial here.
One of those volunteers for testing the potential vaccine includes the former interim and now newly appointed president of the University of Maryland, Baltimore, Dr. Bruce Jarrell.
This is a tradition for me. I've been a participant in a number of vaccine trials here at UMB. You may remember the swine flu, the avian flu, the H1N1.
Dr. Jarrell believes volunteering himself for the Moderna vaccine study is part of his duty to prove research at UMB School of Medicine is first rate.
To be honest with you, it's hard for me to assure people it's top notch if I don't participate in it. So to me, it's important for the senior leaders at UMB to participate in this just the same as everybody else. If it's safe for you, it ought to be safe for me too.
But Dr. Jarrell is just one person, and UMB's Center for Vaccine Development is looking for several hundred more, particularly people whose location or circumstance puts them at high risk for COVID-19.
We very seriously need people of certain categories. So yeah, there's an 18 to 65 group, but there's also an over 65 group. And certainly people who are in a minority category of African American or Hispanics, it's very important for them to enroll too.
1, 2, 3.
And even though volunteers receive an injection as part of the study, they'll have no idea whether they're getting the vaccine or a saline placebo, and if it's even effective against COVID-19.
I have no assurance that I'm protected, and so my practices won't change. I'll still wear a mask. I'll still wash my hands. I'll still socially distance. I'll still be very careful of avoiding groups of people. So the fact that you enter a trial doesn't mean you let down your guard.
Now, volunteers will be compensated for their time in the study, and people may qualify even if they have underlying health conditions, as people with underlying health conditions are considered one of the groups that are at risk for being susceptible for catching COVID-19. We are live in downtown Baltimore. Mark Roper, WMAR2 News.